What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button because I'll be covering the Champions League all season. Also, if you're interested in copying yourself one of these cards, please visit cardsplug.com/dominicrichfc. Use the coupon code dominicrichfc to get 5% off. You could also look around the websites for more discount. The link will be in the description box down below. But guys, Group E, man, Group E. The group that contains the defending champions Liverpool. This would be one interesting group because it's gonna be fun to see how Liverpool fares in the group stage this season. Last year they didn't do too well. They only picked up 3 wins, got 3 losses. So it's gonna be quite a spectacle in this group. But anyways guys, Group E. Let's talk a bit about Group E. In this video, I'm gonna give you a very comprehensive preview, and after I'll let you know my group prediction. In Group E, there's Genk from Belgium, and they were last season's Belgian champs. And then there's Liverpool from England, the defending champions. They placed second in last season's EPL. There's also Napoli of Italy. They placed second in last season's Serie A, and this is the second year running that they have been drawn with Liverpool. And last but not least in the group, Bull Salzburg of Austria. They were last season's Austrian champions, and they benefited from Liverpool winning the Champions League and also qualifying via the league. So let's first start with Genk, who are currently managed by the 53-year-old Belgian Felice Mazou. Before his big break with Genk, he managed 3 smaller Belgian clubs, most notably his 6-year spell with Charleroi. Felice Mazou is literally unknown when compared to the other managers in the group stage. Can his mystique help Genk sneak through to the knockout stage? Most likely, maybe. So let's talk a bit about Genk's Champions League highlights. Having won the Belgian League 4 times, this is only Genk's 3rd appearance in the Champions League group stage, having last made an appearance in the 2011-12 season. Genk has failed to get out their group on both occasions, so could this be their year to finally do so? We shall see. Key players for Genk includes the Tanzanian forward Mbwana Samatta. He was second on the goal scoring charts last season in the Belgian League. And then there's the 34-year-old goalkeeper Danny Vukovic. The Australian had the most clean sheets in the league last season. But unfortunately, he will be out for 6 months injured, which leaves goalkeeping duties to a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I know these guys are surely no Donnarumma. Genk has seriously depleted their first team by cashing in during the summer transfer window. Key transfers includes the left winger Theo Bangonda from Zulte, Paul Onuachu, the gigantic Nigerian forward from Midtjylland, Patrick Horosovsky, the central midfielder from Victoria Pilsen, and Dianis Hadji, the Romanian international midfielder, also the son of legend George Hadji. He came over from FC Viitorul. Genk spent a total of 33 million euros, but will that be enough to replace their outgoing stars? Key players to leave the club includes Leandro Trossard to Brighton for 20 million euros. And this kid has definitely hit the ground running in the Premier League. They also sold their talented Ukrainian international midfielder Ruslan Malinovsky to Atalanta for 14 million euros. And Joseph Aidu, the young centre-back, to Celta Vigo for 8 million. Good business, really good business, but are their signings adequate enough to help them get through the group phase? Well, we shall see soon. So now let's move on to the holders Liverpool. They're currently managed by the 52-year-old former Mainz legend Jurgen Klopp. Klopp made over 300 appearances, scoring 50+ goals for Mainz over an 11-year period. After retiring, Klopp took over managerial duties at Mainz and eventually got them promoted to the Bundesliga for the first time in their history. Klopp and Mainz did endure a few seasons in the Bundesliga before they were relegated in 2008. Grief-stricken by that event, Jurgen Klopp stepped down as Mainz manager, but he was scooped up by Borussia Dortmund almost immediately. Klopp's time at Borussia Dortmund was very successful, winning the league twice in a row during a time of Bayern dominance. Klopp's Dortmund reached the finals of the 2013 Champions League but lost out to league rivals Bayern Munich. Of course they did. Klopp eventually moved on to Liverpool, where he has reached the last 2 Champions League final, winning it last season against Spurs. Well-deserved Jurgen. His next goal will surely be to help Liverpool win their first ever title in the English Premier League era. And this is coming from a Man City fan, because we're not doing well so far in the league. Still second, but not good. So let's talk a bit about Liverpool's Champions League highlights, and they have quite a few. After winning the Old English First Division 18 times, Liverpool has failed to win a single league title in the Premier League era. But that hasn't stopped them from adding 2 more Champions League titles to their trophy cabinet after picking up 4 in the European Cup era. Liverpool has reached the final of the last 2 editions of the Champions League, which surely makes them the most intimidating team in Europe. That's basically saying they are the team to beat. Key players for Liverpool includes their 28-year-old Dutchman Virgil van Dijk. The defender has won Player of the Season last year in the English Premier League, UEFA Defender of the Season, UEFA Player of the Year, and I'm gonna call it right now, the 2019 Ballon d'Or winner. That's a bold prediction, but guys, I don't see anyone getting it from Virgil van Dijk this year. He has definitely been Liverpool's savior since he joined from Southampton. And then there's a 27-year-old right winger Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian pharaoh has transformed this Liverpool team in leaps and bounds. He has already scored over 50 league goals since signing from AS Roma. And then there's a 27-year-old left winger, the Senegalese Sadio Mane. These two have been amazing for Liverpool, and their rivalry within the team is helping the team go forward. Definitely more positives in that than negative. But Salah and Mane, you guys need to work things out and help Liverpool win maybe another Champions League title. I wish my team City could do it, but these guys have been truly amazing. And then there's their center forward Roberto Firmino. I swear this guy is more of a creative midfielder than a striker, because he is the guy who makes everything ticks for Liverpool going forward. So he will be key once more for Liverpool in the 2019-20 Champions League season. And then there's Gini Wijnaldum, who flies under the radar. He is also one of the guys who make things tick in the middle of the field, and he always chips in with 1 or 2 goals. There's also their creative fullbacks Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, who are hailed by many to be the best fullbacks in the entire world. Do I think so as well? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Pretty damn good. There's also Alisson Becker, who is currently injured right now, but UEFA's best goalkeeper last season will be key when he returns from injury. He is Brazil's #1 keeper and the Premier League Golden Glove winner last season. So let's talk a bit about Liverpool's summer transfer window. Well, they didn't have one to talk about because they didn't make a lot of signings, but they did bring in a few key signings. They brought in 2 youth players who I don't really need to talk about, but they brought in Adrian on a free from West Ham United. They only spent a sum of €2 million during the summer, which is pretty weird. Is Liverpool trying to do a Tottenham Hotspur? Plus 2 million? Outgoing players includes their beloved Daniel Sturridge to Trabzonspor. Oh man, that's kind of hard to say. Trabzonspor. Goalkeeper Adam Bogdan was released, and I bet they're glad that they did so and signed Adrian, because with Bogdan in goal, they may have conceded a lot, but we never know. Maybe that would have been his time to step up. Alberto Moreno went to Villarreal on a free, Harry Wilson to Bournemouth on loan, and Danny Ings made his loan move permanent to Southampton for €22 million. I thought I said that Liverpool didn't have a great transfer window. They did make €42 million, but they returned to this season's Champions League with pretty much the same team as last year. So you know what that means. So guys, now let's move on to Napoli. They're currently managed by the 60-year-old former Parma, Roma, and AC Milan midfielder Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti also racked up 26 caps for the Italian national team, where he appeared at the 1988 Euros and the 1990 World Cup. He began his coaching career with Reggiana in 1995 and immediately helped the team to Serie A promotion. He left the club the same year and went on to manage a string of high-profile clubs. Those clubs includes Parma, AC Milan, Juventus, Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. Ancelotti is only one of 3 managers to win the Champions League 3 times, achieving the feat with AC Milan twice and once with Real Madrid. After his ill-fated stint at Bayern Munich, Carlo Ancelotti joined Napoli in 2018 with an aim to win a long-awaited league title and a deep run in the Champions League. So let's talk a bit about Napoli's Champions League highlights. Napoli's last league title came in 1990 when Diego Maradona still played for the club. Around that time, Napoli did make a few UCL appearances where they made it as far as the second round. After a 20-year absence from the Champions League, Napoli returned in the 2011-12 season and has been regulars ever since. Their best finish in the Champions League came in the 11-12 and the 16-17 seasons when they made it to the round of 16. In the last 2 editions of the Champions League, Napoli placed third in their group and were relegated to the Europa League, where they failed to even win that competition. Well, I mean, for Napoli, after you fail to advance to the knockouts of the Champions League, your focus is then to try to beat Juventus to the Scudetto, right? So Europa League is never a priority. Key players for Napoli includes their big Senegalese centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly. He is wanted by many top clubs around Europe. And then there's Alan, the N'Golo Kante type ball-winning box-to-box midfielder. They also have Lorenzo Insigne, the Italian, and he is one of the most exciting players in the team. There's also the Spaniards Fabian Ruiz and Jose Callejon, and not to forget the forward Dries Mertens. Key transfers during the summer includes bringing in the highly rated Mexican left winger Hervin Lozano from PSV. They paid a sum of 38 million euros. They also brought in Kostas Manolas from Roma for 36 million euros. Alex Merritt, the highly rated Italian goalkeeper from Udinese, for 22 million euros. Elif Elmas, the highly rated Macedonian midfielder from Fenerbahce, for 16 million. They also acquired Fernando Llorente from Tottenham on a free and made David Ospina's loan move from Arsenal permanent. They spent a total of 128 million euros, so you know Napoli means business this season. Outgoing players include central midfielder Amadou Diawara to Roma, centre-back Raul Albiol to Villarreal, Adam Unias on loan to Nice, and Simone Verde on loan to Torino. They made a total of 56 million euros. I do think Napoli are one of the teams to watch in this season's Champions League, but they can also be one of the teams that could disappoint. So now let's move on to the final team in the group, Red Bull Salzburg. They're currently managed by the 45-year-old former Chicago Fire and US international midfielder Jesse March. March becomes the first American to ever manage in the Champions League after taking over at the beginning of the season. March has held posts as the assistant of the US men's national team, manager at New York Red Bulls where he picked up a Coach of the Year award, and assistant manager at RB Leipzig last season. So can the franchise boss achieve success in Red Bull Salzburg's first Champions League appearance in the Red Bull era? I think nothing is impossible. So let's talk a bit about Red Bull Salzburg Champions League highlights, if there's any to talk about at all. Red Bull Salzburg has won all but 1 Austrian Bundesliga titles this decade, but they have surprisingly only made 1 single Champions League appearance during the Casino Salzburg era. The 1994 UEFA Cup runners-up is making their first Champions League group stage appearance as Red Bull Salzburg. This comes after numerous failed attempts in qualifiers. Red Bull Salzburg has surely benefited from Liverpool qualifying as holders as well as picking up second place in their league. But Red Bull Salzburg surely does not owe Liverpool a goddamn thing. Key players for Red Bull Salzburg includes the 19-year-old centre forward, the English-born Norwegian international Erling Haaland. Haaland has definitely hit the ground running this season, picking up 11 goals and 3 assists in 7 games this season. There's also Hwang Hee-chan, the South Korean international forward, Takumi Minamino, the right winger from Japan, Smail Prevlak of Bosnia and Herzegovina, goalkeeper Chikan Stankovic, and Brazilian centre-back Andre Romelu. Key transfers includes the centre-back Max Wober from Sevilla for 10 million euros. He recently joined Sevilla from Ajax and now he's moving to Red Bull Salzburg. They also acquired Rasmus Christensen in from Ajax for 5 million euros. They parted ways with 22 million euros during the summer transfer window. So for an Austrian team, they definitely have spent the money. As for key players leaving the club, they include Manos de Boer to Sevilla for 17 million, and he will surely be missed, or would he? Because Erling Haaland has been putting him in for fun. So who is Manos de Boer? There's also midfielder Xaver Schegler, who went to Wolfsburg for 15 million. Right back Stefan Leiner to Borussia Mönchengladbach, Hannes Wolf to RB Leipzig, and the Malian international Diade Samaseku to Hoffenheim. They made a total of 73 million euros. And what I could also tell from that is that the Red Bull Academy has been producing a lot of very talented players. It's like a factory, they just keep churning them out every single year. So guys, now it's time to make my predictions. So Group E. This is another group where we have two big teams and two smaller teams. So let's go ahead and put the two smaller teams in one category, the two big teams in another. This is a group where we can see some possible big upsets, like Red Bull Salzburg defeating Liverpool, or they defeating Napoli, or we could see Genk defeating Napoli or Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very interesting in this group. But I'm going to predict this. Who do I think are going to come in fourth here? Well, my fourth place pick is going to be Red Bull Salzburg. They're basically debutants in this tournament. I know they did qualify as Casino Salzburg before, but in the Red Bull era, this is Salzburg's first time in the tournament. And I think they will be a little bit out of their depth here coming up against the mighty Liverpool and Napoli, who are a very dangerous team. Like Napoli and Liverpool played a similar style of football. Carlo Ancelotti over there. I don't think Napoli are gonna, relinquish points here against teams like Red Bull Salzburg and even Genk. So I'm gonna go for Red Bull Salzburg to come in last here. They could get results against Genk, but I think they won't pick up draws nor wins against Liverpool or Napoli. So prove me wrong, Salzburg. Your team is talented, but I don't think you're good enough to even go on to the Europa League. Which brings us to third, Genk. I'm going to put Genk in third place because I also think that they are not good enough to make it to the knockouts ahead of Liverpool or Napoli. The manager is not so experienced at the highest stage. Well, that you know what I mean? We could see an emerging manager with someone, just coming out and performing well, taking a team to a deep run in the tournament. We could see that. I like underdog stories and all, but I don't think there's going to be any in Group E. Which brings us to second in this group. Is it going to be Napoli or is it going to be Liverpool? Well, for Napoli, I don't think this team has been showing that they're serious in European competitions at all. Well, for Napoli, third in their Champions League group across the last 2 seasons. Could this be their year to move on to the round of 16? I think it will be. And I'm going to go for them to come in second. Carlo Ancelotti and his boys will smash Genk. They will smash Salzburg, but Liverpool games will be the hardest one, of course. It's obvious. But the key, if Napoli wants to win this group, they have to defeat Liverpool twice or pick up draws in both games and then completely smash Salzburg and Genk to get a better goal difference. Because, when head-to-head comes in and all, the goal difference will come in next, and I think that's the way they need to go if they are to top this group. But coming in first, I think it's going to be the holders, Liverpool. They didn't even top their group the last time. So, and they still went on to win it. So whether Liverpool comes in first or second in the group, it shouldn't really matter. They're ready to play any opponent in the Champions League, as they have proven across the last 2 seasons. But Salzburg, Genk, 12 points. They will pick up 3 points at home against Napoli for sure. Anfield has been a fortress for them. And it's the away game against Napoli, Liverpool, and their fans should be worried about. They should want to pick up at least 1 point there. So if they pick up 1 point over there, I think they could win the group. But as I said, it's going to be a very close run between Napoli and Liverpool. Just like last season when they both finished on 9 points. Liverpool did lose to Red Star on the road last season. That's a far weaker team than they are, like far weaker team on paper, but we know football isn't played on paper. If Liverpool are complacent against Salzburg or Genk, I'm afraid that can happen again. But I don't think so. Klopp seems like he is more switched on these days and he doesn't really take his foot off the gas. He is very relentless when it comes to these smaller teams. He is just going to go in for the win, go in for the kill, and I think Liverpool are going to top this group. Guys, what do you think? Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. Let me repeat my group predictions for Group E. Liverpool coming in first, Napoli second, Genk third, and Red Bull Salzburg fourth. Guys, if you're interested in copping one of these cards, don't forget to visit cardsplug.com/dominicrichfc. Use the coupon code dominicrichfc to get 5% off. There's also more discounts on the website. You will be doing the channel a huge favor because every time a card is sold, I will get some of the proceeds. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and until my next video, peace out. Rich Squad.